On a quick reflection, I cannot help but wonder if I'd had a shave and lightened my body weight by that 100 grams I keep saying, if I would have done better, but that's in hindsight. Consider doing that yourself. Get as light as possible. Pro tip. So on this screen you can see the second attempt was down the bottom. My original attempt is up the top. The major thing that I did differently in the second attempt was snatches. I went unbroken in the snatches on my second attempt, and realistically I think that's what made the difference for me. The main reason I didn't do that on my first go through was because I was trying to save myself for the wall walks, which is my weakest movement, but on reflection and after making my first video, I decided that, you know what, I probably didn't expend enough effort and I probably had more in the tank, so I mixed it up on the second one to try and go unbroken in my dumbbell snatches, and you can see here that I am doing that and obviously making up some distance on myself. Still trying to pace it on the box jumps is worth the go for me, because I'm not a 7-rounder person, so I don't have to go flat stick the whole way through, because otherwise I'm just not going to finish, because it will get to the point where on the wall walks I just cannot do the movement. Still trying to stay low when you're jumping over the box is very important, so not jumping to a full extension. There's no reason to do that. Just stay as low as you can over the boxes and pace these out one rep at a time. Like I said, if your strategy is to hold a certain target pace, which is what I would recommend, just go at a cadence that is going to help you to meet that. So for me, I was just trying to go probably around that 2 minutes 50 pace through the whole lot. Obviously went out still a little bit faster than that, but that was my goal. So there's no reason to be pushing too hard if your pace is that. Likewise, if your pace is a minute 30, if you're going for a minute 30 rounds, that's obviously a high standard, but you'll have to have no time for rest, so you obviously be pumping out the reps much quicker. And you can quickly see here that I've already made up a little bit of time on myself, starting the second round through, already onto the wall walks, and look, I think I finished those wall walks before I've even started on my first attempt. So that's interesting to see how much further I was ahead of myself already by this point. When it comes to those dumbbell snatches, you want to try and save your shoulders as much as possible. So I was trying to use my leg drive and just really extend those hips through to try and just let that dumbbell almost float up, rather than having to muscle it up with my shoulders. Because if you're like me and weak through the wall walk, you want to save every bit of shoulder you have for those wall hooks. I know there's only 3, but I suppose it depends a little bit on your strengths, which is your weakest movement, and bear that in mind. So the only other point that I really wanted to bring up was with the wall walks, try and spend as little time as possible upside down, so make the wall walks really as quick as possible. Quick steps into the wall with your hands, and then back out as quick as possible. Okay, you don't want to spend as much, you want to spend the least amount of time upside down as possible. So realistically, my 3 tips are: spend as little time upside down as possible on the wall walk, so get them through. Dumbbell snatches unbroken if you're at that point. I like to change on the bottom because I'm not trying to rush the reps. And with the box jump overs, just to make sure you're at a constant cadence with them and at a pace that's going to help you to meet your round per time. That should be your goal. I'm going to speed things up now, but just pay attention to my splits when I throw them up on the screen as they come through, because at the end of the day, finding your right speed and maintaining that constant pace through the whole workout should be your goal. So So that's one of the most important things for this workout, is figure out where you're at and what you can hold for the whole 15 minutes. 15 minutes doesn't seem too long, but it'll seem very, very long if you go out too hard, I promise. So good luck, and let me know how you guys go. Well guys, I hope you guys all got something out of that. Let me know what your thoughts are for 22.2, what's going to be coming up. I really hope there's no upside down stuff, because I suck at that. But let me know, and I'll see you back for 22.2. Cheers guys.